What's going on, Giants fans? Welcome back to Blue and Bold, and we are 24 hours away until the Giants take on the Patriots in Week 3 of the preseason. This is the final week before the regular season kicks off, where we face the Washington Commanders. I cannot wait for that. It's gonna be, I believe we could beat them, but that's for another video. I have some players to watch for tomorrow's game, and let's start with Darius Alexander. I know he was mentioned last video as a player to watch, but he's been really disappointing these first 2 weeks. He's recorded one of the lowest PFF grades on the Giants in week 1 and week 2 of the preseason. I believe they're both in the mid 56s. I believe week 1 was a 56.4, and last week was a 56.7. So of course, not good grades. And these are against who's going to be backups in the NFL, right? They're not like starting level players. So you want to see your third round pick, at least improve or show improvement in these preseason games. And of course, we all know he's trying to fight for that D tackle 2 spot alongside Roy Robertson Harris. And Roy Robertson Harris, I believe he recorded a 80 PFF grade, or I think a 80 PFF run grade. I'm not sure what the regular grade was. I believe it was in the mid 70s. But yeah, you gotta hope Darius there's still time for him, but you still like Darius Alexander. If he can show growth, within the season, it'll be a big plus for this run defense, because as we know, the past few years it's been horrid. Another player to watch I have is Cam Scatterbo. He has finally returned to practice after suffering a hamstring injury a couple weeks back. So that's always good to hear. He was the 4th round pick out of Arizona, and he pretty much carried that team to the college football playoffs. And I believe he's gonna be getting a 50-50 split with Tyrone Tracy when the regular season starts. I'm actually not even sure if Brian Dable will let him play tomorrow. But if he does, he's definitely going to be, all eyes are going to be on him, other than, Jackson Dart and Abdul Carter, our first round picks. But yeah, Cam Scatterbo, I loved him coming out of Arizona. He's such a physical back. Not the fastest in the world, kind of like Tyrone Tracy, but Cam Scatterbo will run you over. He's literally a brick wall. He's a moving freight train. That's literally what he is. And lastly, I have the offensive line. They only allowed two sacks these past 2 games on, I believe, what was like 90 pass attempts. And I give credit to Carmen Basillo. He was hired last year coming from the Las Vegas Raiders. When he was with Las Vegas, he turned a bunch of low round picks. I think he only had like one first round pick in Colton Miller. And a bunch of them were like a bunch of 4th round, 5th round, 6th round draft talents, and he turned them into decent offensive linemen. Last year we saw he was hired last year when before Andrew Thomas went down, the O line was performing well. Well, actually we did add John Runyon last year. We added Jermaine Illuminor, former friend of Carmen Basillo's. But you can see it shows in game how this O-line performs under Carmen Basillo. Carmen Basillo was here to replace Bobby Johnson, and we all know how that turned out. They allowed the most sacks, the second most sacks in NFL history. And for Carmen Basillo to come up here and literally to have less than half that amount in one season is he's been a godsend for this team. So yeah, we're gonna see how they perform. We're gonna see how they perform versus the Patriots. I believe their first stringers will probably come in for our first couple of drives. And we'll see I don't think Andrew Thomas will play tomorrow, but I think they're going to try to bubble wrap him for week 1, which is the right thing to do. I would too. So yeah, we'll see how this game turns out. If you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe. They'll all be really appreciated. I thank you guys so much for the last video, by the way. I believe it reached 100 views, which is insane. I never thought that would happen that quick, but it did. So I can't show enough thanks towards you guys. You guys are the best, man. And yeah, I can't wait for the season, guys. Let's go Big Blue.